One of the things that I've always told myself, and I learned this at my last company, is my boss told me to always assume positive intent with the people that are under you and the people that are over you. It's sometimes really hard, and you get your emotions wrapped into like, someone is doing this and they're doing it to make my life more difficult. And you're not thinking about the fact that they're not trying to make your life more difficult. They're not trying to do anything mean. They're making a business decision, and it may not make sense to you. But I think when you can remove the emotion out of it and realize that they may be making a decision that you don't agree with, but it's not to make anyone's life harder.
Yeah, and it's almost like, though, if you were to assume an intent that's of malice or that it's to get you, things like that, it's odd, though, because if you don't trust someone and you treat them as though you don't trust them, I think you start getting untrustworthy behavior or that person's gone.
They pick up on it pretty quickly.
So either I'm going to give you a reason to not trust me or I'm out of here.
When I first got to the company, in the corporate world, you don't really get constant direct feedback like you do in this industry, right? In the corporate world, it's big, drastic action. Then you come into the behavior therapy world that we're in, and feedback is constant, right? And it's built into everything that we do. So when y'all are in business and these leadership roles, how do y'all decide when to give positive feedback, when to give negative feedback, and then the reinforcement that goes with it?
A big thing is to know that there's different modalities of feedback, right? I think when we think of feedback, it's just verbal feedback, which gets a little bit scarier because we have to have a verbal exchange with somebody, and then there's going to be the emotions part of it. I really rely a lot on graphic feedback, which is super powerful as a starting point. So if you measure something, and then you're giving people access to the results of that measurement, the graph alone, I mean, we're surrounded by graphic feedback that makes such a big difference. If we've pinpointed the right things, if we set the right goals, if we're measuring it, and there's that report out system, to borrow from the 5 laws, that visual feedback as a starting point is powerful, and it can make moves because nobody wants to see their behavior not be successful.
The way it's delivered and the history of relationship matters too, whether you accept it or not. Because we all have had situations where someone gives you feedback that is critical or criticism or constructive. It's like they did it to make themselves feel better. The feedback wasn't really relevant to improve your own performance or something. It's like, because we have histories sometimes where it could be just being bullied as a kid. You're being bullied and you're being criticized, and it is hard to measure intent, like you were saying.